Welcome to the Hub of Vision Show, your go-to podcast for the most influential books from the greatest minds in business. We're talking marketing, influence, productivity hacks, sales, and more, all to help you accelerate your vision. Get ready for insights and strategies that drive success. You're tuned in to the Hub of Vision Show, where your business vision takes off now.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into the world of persuasion with Robert Cialdini's Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. We're going to be unpacking Chapter 1, Weapons of Influence. Get ready to see things a little differently, ready to unearth some persuasive tactics.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how much our choices are influenced by things we barely even notice.
I'm ready. Cialdini starts with that story about the jewelry store owner who couldn't sell her turquoise jewelry. She tried everything, nothing worked. So she left a note to cut the price in half.
And this is where it gets interesting. The salesperson misread the note and doubled the price instead of tanking the sales.
The turquoise flew off the shelves. It's counterintuitive, right?
Yeah.
It perfectly shows what Cialdini calls fixed action patterns, those automatic responses we have.
Exactly. Just like animals responding to certain stimuli, we have our own click-word reactions. In this case, higher price meant higher quality, especially if they didn't know turquoise.
So we're on autopilot sometimes. It reminds me of that example with the turkeys.
You mean the mother turkeys and the cheep, cheep sound of their babies, right?
Yeah. They nurture anything that makes that sound. It's like it overrides their other senses.
Researchers even put a recorder playing those sounds in a stuffed polecat. The mother turkey, hearing that cheep, cheep, nurtured the polecat as her own.
Oh my God, that's amazing and kind of creepy.
Yeah.
What are our cheep, cheep sounds?
Well, maybe not a sound, but a word or a phrase. Like that experiment with the researcher in the Xerox machine line.
Oh yeah. Did she have some amazing excuse ready?
Nope. Even nonsense worked. Because I need to make copies did the trick.
You're kidding. One word, even if it makes no sense, can sway us. That's incredible.
It shows how much we crave justification, even if it's illogical.
Yeah.
Think of those tourists and the pricey turquoise. High price tag. Must be good. They use price as a shortcut, which isn't always accurate.
Our brains think price equals quality. Is that what Cialdini means by weapons of influence?
Yes. These weapons are techniques that nudge us toward a decision by taking advantage of our mental shortcuts.
So it's like we're learning a whole new language.
That's a great way to put it. And once you know the language, you start seeing it everywhere. Like that suit example.
Oh, tell me about that. That one's always stuck with me.
Okay, so you walk in, ready to buy a suit. The salesperson, though, shows you a really expensive suit first.
Yeah.
Then a cheaper sweater.
And suddenly that $95 sweater's a steal, even though I went in for a suit.
Exactly. That's the contrast principle. They frame your choices so that later option, especially if it seems like a better deal, it just becomes way more appealing.
Our brains just want the easy way out, huh?
Right. And it's not just about price. This applies to all kinds of decisions we make.
So how do we not fall for these weapons? Should we, be suspicious of everything?
Not suspicious, but aware. Like learning a language, it helps you understand and navigate things better.
It's like having X-ray vision for persuasion.
Yeah. And like any skill, it takes practice. Remember the turkeys and the cheep, cheep?
Oh, that's burned into my memory now.
It reminds us that even our strongest instincts can be tricked. Next time you see a limited time offer or whatever, think of those turkeys. Pause and ask yourself, is this really what I want, or am I being played?
That is a good point. We need to be aware. But what about when you don't have time to think? Are there other weapons we should watch out for?
Oh, definitely. And it's not just us. It's everywhere, even in nature. Cialdini mentions fireflies. One species mimics another's mating call, lures the males to their deaths.
Wow. That's incredible and scary. It makes you wonder what other influences are out there.
It's a great question. Maybe something for our next deep dive.
It really makes you think. What about you, dear listener? What are your cheap, cheap triggers? Have you fallen for these tactics, like with the suit and the sweater?
It's amazing how once you start looking, you see these patterns everywhere. Like you're suddenly able to read this hidden language,
Mm-hmm.
And just like any language, understanding it helps you, navigate the world better.
That's a great way to put it. So, wrapping up our deep dive into Cialdini's weapons of influence, what are the big takeaways we want to leave people with today?
I'd say the most important thing is awareness. Just knowing these tactics are out there, it changes how we see things. Remember, they work on those automatic responses, those click-word moments when we're not really thinking.
So we're learning to hit the brakes on autopilot.
Exactly. When we recognize those triggers, The limited time offer, the high price, then lower price, whatever it is, we can choose more deliberately.
This has been, wow, a real eye-opener. It's incredible how these little things, we don't even realize they're shaping our decisions. Makes you think twice about every must-have item or once-in-a-lifetime deal, huh?
It does, but that's not a bad thing. Actually, it's powerful. Now you, listening, you have the knowledge to see these things for what they are. You can make choices that are right for you.
Well said. I know I'm going to be seeing things differently now. And who knows, maybe we can even, try some of these tactics ourselves, strictly for educational purposes.
Let's not go full-on master manipulator. But a little harmless experimentation never hurt. I think it's time for us to step out of Cialdini's world for now.
Until next time, everyone, keep those cheap triggers in check. And remember, knowledge is power.
I hope you're leaving with some powerful takeaways to fuel your success. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we dive into Chapter 2 of Influence. Get ready to uncover even more powerful insights and strategies that will elevate your vision to the next level. You won't want to miss it. But don't stop here. Take it to the next level. For more insights, head over to hubofvision.com/podcast, where you'll find illustrations and infographics designed to impact your brain in a whole new way. Visualize your success and absorb these strategies deeper to become the excelling entrepreneur you're meant to be. Visit hubofvision.com/podcast and level up your vision today.